What's up, lords and ladies? This is King Midas, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2: The Old Gods as Karen. Whenever we last left off, we had an outbreak of rebellion come into our southern territories, and then the Abbasid Empire has declared war to regain those territories as well. Before we get started or do anything, I kind of want to talk about several different strategic points that are inside of this game and kind of explain a little bit about military strength, how it's working, why the Abbasid Empire is so strong, why the Byzantine Empire is so strong, and maybe some improvements that we could do to our own empire to make it even better. Now, to begin, I would like to kind of take a look at all these different empires. So we go to the Byzantine Empire and we find their ruler. We can see that she currently has 57 vassals that are directly reporting to her. And then she has a military strength of 63,279. Whenever we go to the Abbasid Empire, we can see that he has 63 vassals that are directly reporting to him, which is 6 more than the previous ruler, and a total levy strength of 183,184. Now if we go to Karen, our beautiful little kingdom, we can see that I have an army strength of 31,296 with 61 vassals reporting to me. Now that's just 2 less than the Abbasid Empire. So what's the difference? How come they have so many more men than I do? How come their army is just so vast? Well, there's multiple factors that go into it. Let's kind of go ahead and hit the first one. Whenever you're looking at your vassal list, this is not everyone that is inside of your kingdom. This is not consisting of every single person who's under you. It's only your direct reports. So we've got a few sultans here, we've got a few emirs, and then those people have reports. So if we click on him, he has all of these people that are hidden. And then if we click on him, he has all of these that would be hidden. Towards inside of Karen, if we look at me, I have not named anyone to a title higher than the equivalent of a count. We don't have anything that's like a duke. We don't have anything that's like a king currently. There's a few reasons for that, and we might end up changing here shortly because of some alterations that I'm planning on making. But this vassal count does not equal your whole kingdom. So I've heard people kind of talk about, well, I've got the equivalent vassals to this other guy. How can we be so much stronger? That's the first thing to realize. The second is the type of vassal that you have really matters. So if we go in here and we look at our leisure, we can see kind of the breakdown on how things are working inside of each individual kingdom. So inside of Karen, I'm making a pretty good amount of money based on my demesne. I'm getting nothing from feudal taxes. I'm getting a lot from city taxes. Church taxes are pretty good income. But if we go to the Abbasid Empire, we can see that they actually have a different plan than we do. Inside of their empire, they're not getting much from city taxes. They're getting a lot from feudal taxes. And if we go to any of their individual cities, or if we go to his individual breakdown of his vassals, we could see that they're offering him 10%. So his game plan is a little bit different than mine. At the moment, he has way more feudal lords, and they're offering him a 10% tax. Whereas I have fewer feudal lords, and am not making them pay any tax. Well, then lies the question, is it good to have lots of feudal lords, or is it good to have lots of cities? And the answer is, it depends. This game typically doesn't have any hard and fast set rules that are always the same. But traditionally, whenever you are just starting out, gold is probably more important than the size of your own military if you're a small kingdom, because mercenaries are more important. But whenever you start dealing with forces that are extremely large, such as in the hundred thousands, you're going to have to start going, and depending on your own military versus mercenaries. Whenever that comes, cities become less and less important, and feudal lords become more and more important. So we are basically an empire, an all but title. We are huge, very large. We haven't converted, we haven't gained any particular titles, but we are definitely a large player inside of this world. So we're going to have to start transitioning. We're going to have to start fixing some things. And I've also noticed a few mistakes that have been made inside of our territories, and I've enjoyed discussing some of this with y'all on the channel. And it's about time that I kind of address those and that we fix them. So first of all, I was going fast whenever I was assigning out leaders, trying to make sure that I don't kind of delay or take too much time away from y'all. But one of the things that I've done is I have appointed individuals who have the wrong government type. And the way that I did that was whenever I went to a particular province, instead of promoting from within, I went and I found someone who was of a different type outside of the province. So if you want to have a different type of province, you can, and it's okay, and you won't get the wrong province type. What you have to do is you have to promote from someone who already controls a city inside of that province. So, if I wanted to make a city, what I could have done is I could have built a new holding, made it a city, and then promoted that individual up to be over the entire province. But right now we currently have a few who have the wrong province, and then there's some who actually are of the wrong religion. So what we need to do is we need to go and start transitioning and building our economy for a future so that we can be even more powerful, so that we can be even stronger. Another thing to notice about power, I talked previously about how vassals are different, but also how developed cities are matters substantially. If we go to a random province here and try to look at their castles, they are very well developed. I mean, 3 barracks, 3 level 3 town, 2 stable, 2 military training grounds. They have a strong military. Whereas if we look at one of our castles at the moment, we have a lot of 1s. So what we need to do is we really need to start developing. We need to start getting more castles. We need to allow them time to develop and give them the opportunity to have people with influence invest more money into these territories so that we can actually combat the Abbasid Empire. Now there's several things that we need to look at as we're looking to strategies to go forward. First, Hungary is very strong now. Hungary has gained some substantial strength. They have a military of 20,000, but they are definitely on the rise at the moment. The Abbasid Empire, 180-something thousand, I believe 186, if I do recall, 183. But they have weaknesses. They have things that could destroy them. Whenever we look at Hungary, their present leader is 51 years old, and he has Gallican succession. So whenever he dies, this territory is just going to go to hell. Everything's going to break up. Everything's going to go crazy, and there's going to be lots and lots of problems. The Abbasid Empire has a young ruler of 36, but a very high decadence. Now, there's several things that this could play into. First, his income's going to be less. Second, the morale of his troops are going to be less. But third, people don't like a very decadent ruler. And at times, assassinations can happen to those who are decadent. Now, he is only 36, but with a decadence this high, I wouldn't be surprised if he was assassinated at some point. Now, whenever he is assassinated, his family and all of his lands are just going to break up, hell's going to ensue, everyone's going to start infighting with each other, and this great empire will turn to chaos. And at that point we can capitalize, because our breakup, our way of thinking of society is different. We don't have decadent system, we don't have the weird succession laws that Islamic states have, which is agnatic open. And then we don't have what Hungary has, which is going to be agnatic Gallican. Over here, we have been fortunate enough to be able to transition our way of leadership into agnatic cognatic elective. So guy or girl can inherit, and we're able to elect our leaders, which is very, very useful. We're far more stable. We're far less likely to just break out into chaos if something were to happen to our leader. And to be honest, it actually might be a good thing if something did. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to transition all the titles that we have currently given out and try to give them to feudal lords. I'm also going to try to grab all this land that we have here inside of our center and make Karen a little bit stronger. We're going to try to pick off a few provinces, but the main thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare for chaos. And chaos is going to happen. Currently, I'm inside of the middle of the war down here. And whenever I started this Let's Play series, I told you that I was going to be playing things a little bit different than we're used to, kind of showing you a few different strategies, and thus far we have to admit it's been quite successful. We started off with very little land down here. We've gone and created a quite stable empire. There's still dangers around us, but we are very strong, and it doesn't look like we're going to implode anytime soon. So, right now I'm about to do something a little bit different as well. Whenever someone punches you, the natural reaction is to fight back, but right now that's not what we're going to do. I feel like we're about to surrender this war and give up our provinces, which will thus free us of these two wars at once. This province that we have down here in the south, they have been constantly revolting and causing us to waste men down here. And currently, if I surrender, it will end both wars, and the Abbasid Empire won't be able to declare war against me for 2 years, which will allow me to build up defenses against Hungary and more time to expand. Also, I feel like the Abbasid Empire has a chance of imploding upon itself, and if I ever wanted to declare war, I could eventually declare war for all of these side titles, which would end up giving me these 3 provinces back, or 4 provinces back anyways. There's no point in taking the risk, there's no point in going to war right now. I have 30,000 men, they have 180. I could go and try to take out large loans, go and grab mercenary armies, try to dance around their forces to maybe hopefully win this war. But even if I do win the war, what will it be worth? Will it be worth those 4 provinces for all that gold loss? No. It's the opportunity cost. There's lots of things that you can do, but what's the best thing that you can be doing at any one time? And right now, the best thing is to be assuring our strength up here in the north. Whenever I go and make these changes, people are not going to be happy. They're going to be upset about me revoking titles, and during that time frame, I don't want to go to war with Hungary, and I don't want to go to war with the Abbasid Empire. Tyranny lasts for 10 years, and during that time I need to be smart. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to making some changes. I believe I'll go ahead and end this video, and so that we can come back and start doing more exciting things inside of the next one. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.